just taking us back to last week, going into that game, obviously we had tons and tons of respect for Louisiana Tech and, what kind of program they have. And, they were coming off the big win at North Texas. We came off a good performance against Charlotte. Knew we were going to have our work cut out for us. And I think the thing I was most proud of our guys was we had a terrific week of practice. Just really a different sense than I had seen in them before. And not that we've had bad days, but I thought every day was a really good day. So, anytime you go on the road, hostile environment, conference game, we're kind of fighting for number one right now, which is still very early. We knew it was going to be tough. But from the moment we got to the hotel to the game, I knew we were prepared. We had the rain delay or the lightning delay to start the game and sat in the locker room and came out. I think, we get a pick to start the game. AJ gets hit and they get a pick, and next thing you know, they're in the end zone. It's 7-0, and from that moment on, really defensively, I don't know if we could have asked for much more out of our guys. Just we didn't do everything perfect, but they played really, really hard. Thought we had a really good plan. They played really hard against a really good offense. Once again, tons of respect for their staff and their offensive team, and so that's why I guess it really means a lot to how our defense had played. Obviously we kind of start out rough on offense. Give them credit; they got a really good defense, got after us, but kept playing, kept fighting. Special teams was really good, and went into half 7-7. And as some of us talked after the game, after the game was over, was 7-7 is not bad. I mean, it was just a defensive struggle going into half. Thought we made a few good adjustments and came back out and just kept playing. Defense kept playing great, and the offense got untracked. And really by the fourth quarter, I thought we were really at our best, which is when you want to be at your best. So just terrific win for our program and our team. And once again, hats off to La Tech for how hard they played. And, so the 24 hours, I guess, is up. So as soon as this is over, we'll be moving on to Rice. Got a lot of respect for Coach Bloomgren. Known him a long time. Knew him when he was a GA at Alabama. Tried to hire him at Prattville High School many years ago, and really just followed his career when he went to Stanford. All the great things he did there, as offensive line coach and offensive coordinator. They're just one of those teams that's just kind of right there. I think they're averaging about 26 points a game. Defensively played really well last week. Have played some really good opponents. I know they're going to be well coached. I know they're going to play hard. And, Coach Holtz and I were talking about this before the game, as I have with every coach. Every week is just a new week. It's in our conference, we're all really close. So, we have no false thoughts about, where we are or who we are. We just got to keep working every week. Proud of our guys, proud of where we are. But it's the next conference game and on the road. So we'll have to have another good week. Correct.
So explain why not, and or were you smart enough to realize that's not my role?
Yeah, mine is that was really not the place for me to open up. So I just kind of let Coach Vincent. We always say he's from Kentucky, the hills of Kentucky. So we have a little special jig we do. He does on our road wins. We broke that out back in 2014, and he broke it out again. It was another big road win. So it's just fun. We love having. I tell our guys all the time. These wins are so hard to come by. We want to enjoy them, and really that's just spontaneous fun with our guys, and those are some fun moments. And you need to experience those and enjoy them. And I tell all of them, every win is a big win in college football, and especially on the road like that. So Coach Vincent showed his moves off. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question. I think for us, all we got to do is backtrack to Coastal, and not taking anything away from them, but it is week to week. Stay humble, work hard. That's a reminder. We can go back to Charlotte. We can go back to whatever. There's just whatever that is. They're fighting for their lives. It's important to them. They're at home. They're playing in front of their families. everything you want to say. And so for us, we said this yesterday. How important is this game? It's a championship game. I mean, it's the next game. It's a conference game. We should have some confidence, but not cockiness. And so we'll see if we practice like we did last week, and that's going to be the challenge. So just literally living in this moment. Yeah, I think that's the whole, really that is what is so great about sports. That's so great about what we do is when you get to experience those moments and you come out on the other side of it, that's what makes you proud. You just, in all the conditions that are against you, we started out, AJ obviously didn't feel good about how he started and really offensively, but we just kept fighting, we kept battling, we kept believing. And our biggest thing we said after the Coastal Carolina game was we're not going to question a call. There's not bad calls, it's just how we execute them. So we're not going to question calls. We're going to play the calls that are made by our coordinators or whoever, and we're going to support each other. And I know our receiving core was so supportive of AJ and what was going on early and pulling for each other and helping each other up. And that was what made that really special. So, yeah, to that, just fighting through it, all those things that you have to fight through on the road. And, we didn't have many people there. So really we talk about this is what we got is what's on the sidelines with us, and I think they embraced that. So it was fun to see and something to be proud of.
Speaking about early, in that game that we started out over 10, it was out which is 8 or 14.
Right.
30-something yards and a touchdown.
Right.
What is it about him? Because he'll have, he'll make some mistakes. He might have little struggles here and there, but he seems to be the kind of guy that's just kind of flat.
Yeah.
Just go right back out
Yeah.
there.
Right.
Doing what he's got to do.
I mean, he's a warrior. I mean, he really is. He's like a coach. I think he's so hard on himself, which is really what opens him up to some of these. I think might make him some streaky sometimes because he gets down on himself. But the guy is gutty and he is a winner, and he's a good guy to have on your team. So he's that kind of guy that just is tough, competitor, loves it, studies it. It's important to him, and he makes us better. So it's just you feel like his very next throw he's going to be there because and he had a great week of practice. It wasn't like he didn't have a good week, but give him credit for just finding a way to get through that and keep playing.
You had said something about wanting to see how your team is going to respond in practice. As a coach, usually you've got a plan implemented in case you don't see what you want and you don't let it go beyond
Right.
the first practice of the week.
Yep.
What is your plan? Because is that a thing that you do verbally, or is it motivation you'll be running or whatever?
Yeah, for me it's always been, we've always said we don't ever have a bad practice. And, I mean, if that means we have to start over, we've done that before. I guess my point on that is we're going to be out there and they're going to work. I mean, it's not going to be bad. But as I always say, when Tuesday was the first day we put on pads, it's like pulling teeth. Come on, give me some more energy. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. That's what I would consider a bad day. Somebody watching this might say, hey, y'all had a good day. But the difference between them having their own energy, encouraging each other, or surviving, I think that's a totally different. And that's what, we're talking about the difference between good and great. Good, it's kind of where we are, maybe where we are when we have an average Tuesday. Great, they decide what to do. They do it on their own. They know what a great day looks like. And it's kind of a self-motivated thought process, which is what I would rather see. Good?
What kind of issues have you seen in the film about Rice and Taylor?
Oh, gosh. So if you kept up with Stanford through the years, it's kind of it's the aberration of college football. It's two tight ends. It's, big fullbacks, big tight ends. And if you go look at college football now, you're seeing a Stanford player. I think they're right up there with anybody in the NFL, all these tight ends. And so they're going to give you all multiple personnel groupings with big people. Run the ball right at you, play action. I mean, I can't remember the last time I saw a true, I guess UTSA last year gave us some true I formation. But, I mean, it looks like pro football. It looks like old school college football. So here we are this week seeing the ball thrown, 2 out of 3 times now. You're seeing run, and still be able to throw the ball. But it's heavy set, big people, huddle, going to the huddle, using the clock. You know, so some of these things similar to Charlotte, you know, but true huddle, just a slower pace. And now defensively, they're kind of coming into their own. And we did have their running back receiver was, I think, leading the nation in all-purpose yards, number 2. I don't know where he is right now. So you've got some dynamic playmakers. They've got a big-time wide receiver who scored on us last year. Number 2 scored last year, and we played really good last year against them. But they've got dynamic players. Obviously, you know, they're known for their intelligence, so they can do a lot of multiple things. Really good special teams, great punter. He was a guy we had our eye on back in 14. I think he's leading the nation in punting. So, you know, them and UTSA was like 3-0 going to the end of the game. You know, so it's what I say. There's not much separating any of us. You know, but a true ball control, run the ball right at your offense.
That's something that a lot of the guys on the team might not have seen a whole lot of, you know, especially in college. You know, a lot
Correct.
Spread, even in high school, you get spread. You can get even older offenses than that. You know,
Yep.
teams are still running a beer. You know,
Yeah, correct. Yeah, we haven't seen it much. We have not seen it much, and a true fullback. You know, I mean a real fullback. So, you know, these are things, and especially when you're seeing what we're seeing. Now, we saw option early, so the physicality we saw, but just the true ISO blocks, power, downhill toss. I mean, old school where they toss it back and the quarterback turns and blocks like old Nebraska. You know, just some stuff that you just don't see.
Well, we look forward to every game, but I think that the biggest key this week is going to be tackling all week, focusing on the little things, the minor details, each play in and play out, especially with the team that likes to run the ball right at you. We're going to have to focus on wrapping up, not just thudding guys, hoping that they get to the ground, which is the biggest thing that I wanted to work on. Like last week, I missed a couple tackles. We can't do that this week. A missed tackle could lead to a touchdown, a key first down, anything. So I think it's going to be critical that we really focus on tackling.
How happy were you with the way the defense played, the way you shut down your quarterback Saturday?
I was pleased with the way that we played, especially with the D-line. I think they had a vital role in our success last week. They really stepped to the plate, and it was key for us. On the back end, I think we played good as well. Yeah.
Going back to the right side, you're going to be running downhill. You're going to be throwing out some play action, not spreading y'all out as much as a lot of other teams that y'all are seeing. So it's going to kind of compact things. Is it something y'all might be working in practice? You know, it's playing in a lot more small, compacted space rather than being spread out across the field.
I really don't know yet. I don't know the game plan for this week, so I can't tell you. It's only Monday, so we'll see today what the coaches have planned for us, and we just have to execute whatever it is.
What about the stuff going on in the locker room after the game, and all the dancing and all that stuff? I know a lot of teams do that, but yeah, just talk about how important it is to just enjoy these victories. You know?
It was new. I wasn't expecting that. When Coach got up and danced in the middle of the circle, I wasn't expecting that at all. But it was fun. It was an enjoyable moment. We deserved it. We worked hard for that win, but we got to move forward. It's a new week. We're looking forward to this game just as well as every other game. So that was last week. It was fun, but it's a new week.
How would you rate Coach's dance moves?
10. It was surprising. I was surprised. It was on beat, on rhythm. It was good. It was a good time.
Have you noticed, you know, on the trip back, maybe just some internal talk about, hey, we got that road win, we're in a good position right now. Are you guys getting a sense that this could be the season that you were anticipating possibly if you happened?
On the plane, it was all focused on Rice. This week, it was all, we got a big week coming up. We got to focus on this week. That win was great, but we know this week is going to be tough as well. Every week is important, and it's always great to get wins, but once the game is over, you got a new game to focus on, so you can't really dwell on and tip your hat off for just one game and one win. We have a goal this year, and we just have to keep going. That's the biggest thing. Staying focused, taking every practice one day at a time, play in and play out, getting better each and every day.
You guys have a chance to tie the record for the best start in franchise history. What would that mean for this team?
I think it's great for the team, but we expect that. Isn't it for us? Isn't a surprise? It's not a surprise at all. We expect to win. We prepare to win. We work hard every single day. Off season is hard, so for us, winning is just like a reward for all the hard work that we put in the off season.